giveaway, drawing, which I always want to say is drawing, because that's my Pennsylvania accent, draw, my Pennsylvania draw. And wanted to do this last week, so it was week by week, but with my schedule, it was almost impossible. I've been burning the midnight oil, so to speak. I've been working till the cows come home, as I like to say about our late night sellers. That's Debbie, who's here in the chat. So let me just get this shared out, guys. If you are here, we have 7 live viewers. Hi, guys. Say hello. Drop an emoji. Don't be shy. I'm Samantha, founder of Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And let's see. Tell me something you're grateful for that happened today. Gratitude is an attitude. Something you're grateful for that happened today. What am I grateful for that happened today? What happened today that's like interesting? Oh, I was refunded shipping on eBay because I purchased 2 packages from the same seller, and they refunded me, which I love, because I didn't realize I had purchased 2 packages from a seller, and they were like, let me refund you. You don't have to pay shipping twice. That was really nice. So let me know. Okay, so we're going to share this out. Elsie, if you're listening, if you have something to share with me. Hi, David. David, if you're here and listening, I want to hear how your Whatnot show went, which we are totally allowed to talk about Whatnot here. That is A-okay with me, because I sell on Whatnot too. So we're just getting started. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, your niece who's in the military, right? I forget the branch. If I remember correctly, she's in the military. Oh, that's amazing, Elsie. Especially in this climate. What industry is she in? Oh, David, only 30 minutes. Speed seller. Okay, let me announce this, guys, and I'll get to the chat in a second. Founders chat happening now. Who won gift cards? There's so much more. All right, so much more. Awesome. All right, we have that shared. Social work psychology. Oh my goodness. AKA being a saint, right? Being an angel in disguise. David, of course you did, because sterling silver, it doesn't matter where you are. Sterling silver is desirable. You could be selling pies on the side of the road, and if you had a sterling silver necklace, you would sell it. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Debbie, okay, she's a Navy surface warfare officer. I'll have to ask my husband what that exactly means. He was in the Navy before he moved into the Air Force, because you could do that when he was in the military. SWOA. Okay, cool. I will ask him. Ron was on quite a number of ships. Yeah, lots of ships. Those ships are something else. And Elsie, that's so, again, congratulations from your daughter's Vintage Jewelry Addicts family to her first job. Or I don't know if it's her first job, but those early jobs are massively confidence boosting, right? And enlightening. So yes. All right. So we still only have 7 people. So I'll just get started with some light stuff. Some just like light conversation. I should probably tag some people. Let me tag some people, actually. Not her first, but in her field. Okay. Awesome. And hopefully not with a 8-hour commute, right? Hopefully she's working in Manhattan and living in Manhattan. Okay. Who else? Let's get Jay in here. So I'm actually going to go down my list of those of us who sold, because we had how many sellers? I think it was, or how many sales? I think it was 47 live sales in the last 2 weeks. Oh, even better. Oh gosh, that's awesome. That's a life changer. All right, so let's see who else sold. Melody. Let's see if Melody Jones will pop up. And we're going to see how many people can pop in. Okay, Jody. Let's get Jody. Also, I don't know if Jamie's here. Let's get Jamie. Just chatting with her. Yeah, these are my boss lady earrings. Can you guys tell that I'm not shy? I'm the boss. Okay, here. Hick Life. Oh gosh, we have to talk about Hick Life. She had a great live sale the other night. I was really excited for her. She's a new live seller with us. Okay, Hints of Violet, aka Jen. She came back. She was kind of on a break, but she's back. Who else sold? Okay, Ladybug, GTV. Let's see how many people we can get in. So I first want to start as I'm tagging so that you guys aren't spending so much time with me. I do want to wrap by about 9:45 here. We are definitely on a mission here in Vintage Jewelry Addicts to grow. So part of this founders chat was to sort of talk about like it's almost Q3. So Q3 initiatives, where I don't know which Adriana this is, where we are going to really begin to push. I've been in business for myself for a very long time, and I know many of us have. So I think many of us can agree that sometimes when we push, we're like pushing, it's the wrong timing. We're spinning our wheels. We don't really know if it's worth it to push yet. We're just sort of like doing it to do it. So I have over the years learned that I want to push when there's just signs of return, when there's enough profits to do that, to, sort of change the shift of energy, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm really looking forward to, let's get Sarah, to Q3, because we are going to start pushing for two more distinct things. One of which, and I want to shout out to Debbie and David. I was chatting with you a little bit earlier about this, but we want to start doing more trains. And trains, I think for some people is a dirty word. Hi, Sarah. Welcome in. Trains is a dirty word for some people because they're like, another train. But what we have seen is that our sales go up. People with jewelry appreciate a tight theme. So not like flowers and spring and feel good, and, just these very general things, but very specific. So the sterling silver train being a great example. And what we want to do now moving forward is to create more, standard day and time trains. Hi, Jenny, welcome in. So what that might mean, again, is like the second Tuesday of every month is our sterling silver train. So maybe the third Wednesday of every month is our Victorian Revival train, or the fourth Monday is our Bakelite train. First Tuesday is something else, but very specific in a way where our sellers can continue to bring new inventory. I think that's the one thing I'm a little hesitant about, where I don't want it to be so specific that people are like, I can't do a Monet train every month because I don't have enough Monet, although I do feel like there is some value in having a Monet train because people collect Monet. So what I want to say straight out the gate is that those of you that are sellers, better than I do what you have and what other sellers might have. So if you have an idea, feel free to message me. If you want to organize a train. Now, want is the key word. Trains take a lot of bandwidth, and we're all busy. There's no one who's not busy. So it just becomes, do you want to prioritize it? And I would love to prioritize more trains. I have a vision to do that, but I would say in the next few weeks, I'm not quite there. So if anyone wants to organize a train, you don't have to do it on the regular. You can do it as like a one-time thing. Reach out to me or comment in the train discussion chat. Just say, hey, I'm here. I'd love I'd love to volunteer. And I don't want anyone who runs a train to feel responsible for people's sales success. I think that can be something that just happens because we all care, but it's not your responsibility. So don't feel like that's something that you have to take personal like accountability for. Like we're all here to learn how to be better sellers as well. But I do believe that once we get some themes going that work, that we see that the audience really enjoys, that brings in new customers that we can market and promote, we can create more standard days and times for train themes so that we have these every single month. These are the trains and these are the train themes that you can sign up for that are kind of reliable, right? That aren't just like we're pulling a rabbit out of a hat, coming up with some random train theme that may or may not work. So we will be doing some testing over the course of the next few weeks to sort of see what sticks, not sort of, but to see what sticks. And I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think that once we start to also push ourselves a little bit and to create these tighter themes, sometimes the universe provides, right? You know, where of course I don't expect everyone to have 8,000 pieces of Monet, but if we do like a Monet Avon train or something, you know, you might run into that somewhere along the way when you're buying inventory and be like, oh my gosh, well, this is perfect for that train that Vintage Toriatics is having. I think so too, Sarah. I mean, I just threw that out there because people do collect Monet. So Vintage Toriatics, it's our target customer is a collector, right? Think of them as a Pokemon card collector and they want to collect them all. Pokemon, gotta collect them all, right? So it's like, what can we do to create that magnetic draw so that that collector comes to the live sales? Because oftentimes they don't know what the live sale is going to have. So do they want to come? Maybe, but they might be wasting their time. But if we make a theme, they know what to expect and they will stick around. And they'll be like, oh, but this is the Bakelite train and I collect Bakelite and maybe it's at a great price or there's a piece. I see you guys are making comments. That's a good idea, Elsie. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. There's so many different types. Yeah, so many different types. And I don't know them all at all. So if you guys can be like, well, how about this? How about that? Then we can try to rally the troops and see what shakes. So Elsie, thank you. I will DM you. Hey, Jamie, we're talking about creating more train themes as we wait for some more viewers. I want to get us up to like 15 people before we do the random.org Visa gift card. Sarah Coventry, yep. But yeah, we would need enough for a 30-minute sale. So again, that's the catch. It's like, do you have at least 20 pieces? Right. Thanks, Jamie. I did share it. Do you mind sharing it in the chat? That might help. Trifari, yep. Also, I would like to do a regularly occurring Grails train. So what does that mean? That means that if you have an item that is super collectible, like a Schiaparelli or trying to think of like another designer, like another modern designer or Hattie Carnegie or like these pieces that go for hundreds or Monet that is in the book, right? However you want to identify a grail. I mean, a grail could be a diamond ring, but I would like us to, I just realized my lighting isn't great. I would like us to do that once a month because I do think, again, that there is a buyer that wants to invest, but we're not like marketing to them correctly. And if they know that that 30-minute slot of back-to-back live sales will have the best of, they might be more likely to tune in. So like, I know for me, just again, I'm just kind of rambling here, but like, when I go on a live sale, if I know that it's I'm thinking right now because this is what I'm looking to buy all the time. If Jamie's here, she'll laugh. I'm looking to buy chain belts. So if there's a sale of chain belts, I'm going to be on that sale. You know what I mean? Because like that's what I'm looking for. So again, a brooch set, a brooch train could be cool. Brooch train could be cool. Juliana Haskell, yep. Yep. I forget how to pronounce it, David. I think it's Boucher. It's Marcel Boucher. I don't think it's Boucher, right? It's not Boucher, it's Boucher. Might have to Google that later. But yeah, something like that. Yes, something like that. And yeah, again, next, okay, so next, let me segue here because I can talk about this. Boucher. Thank you, teacher. I needed that. Boucher. Okay, so Boucher leads us to the next Q3 point. So when we first started Vintage Jewelry Addicts, I wasn't making anything, right? So I was paying Jamie to help because I could not do it. And now I have profits. Yes! So we're going to begin investing those profits, not all of them, but a good portion of them into advertising. Now, I am not an expert at all with advertising. I would like to learn some nooks and crannies so that I can really get people to sign up to join and to test out some different strategies. But I'm putting it out there for anyone who has video footage. So you have like a table of jewelry, or you're holding up jewelry and it has a really nice background, and you're filming, or you're like showing items. Maybe it's one item, maybe it's multiple items, and you can upload it to Google Drive and send it to me. So you have a, Boucher item, you have a Trifari items, you have a diamond ring, like you have something that glistens and sparkles and people recognize it. It's a Juliana, really special things, because I want to take that video footage and start compiling videos for ads, for reels that are boosted, maybe even photos, if you guys don't mind giving me some of your photos to use. Again, the reason I'm asking is because I would never just take something, and I would want you guys to know that it's being used in that way. So it would be used for advertising. You guys want to be compensated. It would just be to help generate buzz and excitement. And I don't have, like if I owned a vintage jewelry store and I had all these items myself, I would just be like, okay, cool, let's just film all day in here, or I would already have the content. So I do need the content from you guys. So I'm going to make an announcement about that. Also post it in all of our chat channels. If you don't know how to use Google Drive, you can email videos. It just limits you with a size. Oh, yay, I just won something on eBay. Woohoo! Yay, I just won something on eBay. Okay, anyway, but back. If you email it, it doesn't always send correctly. So Google Drive is the best. So the idea, sorry, Sarah, I totally missed it. Sarah, we have found that colors don't work because collectors aren't interested in colors. Collectors are interested in brands and types of jewelry. Yeah, so colors will be the weaker trains, and people will be like, I don't want to do this train again. Like, they just didn't, we want to design trains where you guys really get an audience, get buzz, get customers. I think so, David. Let's try. Maybe I can make a Dropbox, and you guys, you know what? Why don't I see if I can make a Dropbox, share the link, and you guys can upload to it. That would be awesome. The other thing that I will probably do as well is I can pull the videos from Facebook, of your live sales, and I can use clips as ads, but I need to talk to district about that because I don't know if I'm legally allowed to show people's handles in advertising. It just gets it. when you run a business, you got to mind your P's and Q's. So if anyone here is familiar with advertising for their business and has a source, a recommendation, anything, feel free to DM me. I've done some light Facebook page posts boosting in the past. I think I've run some ads from Facebook Ads Manager. But I would want to make sure again that like everything is, again, that's why I'm like, I feel like I need to go take a mini course or something, because I just want to make sure that we really convert people. Like, it's great for people to see the ad, but it's something else to actually convert them, to get them to join and then to shop and all the things. Awesome. Thank you, David. Thank you. And Jamie, thank you so much for tagging. So I'm really excited about this. Like, I'm curious what's going to happen. I also think, well, oh, thank you. Well, how did I mute myself? Okay. I don't know where I was, but I was talking. Awesome. I don't know how that got muted. Did I touch something? Okay. Thank you, Jamie. So what will probably happen is we have customers who come in that don't know how to buy, right? So if we're advertising to Facebook and Instagram and they somehow get on to a live sale, they might never have even used a live sale platform. So sellers, just know that you may have to actually walk some customers through. And I know some of you have done this, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game of being a seller where you're like, oh, okay, so I'll run it again for you. Just make sure you go add your payment. Make sure you go add your address, and I'll run it again from you. And then once they actually bid on the auction, and then it's like, yay, you got it. So I'd rather see a lot of those cases than none, because a lot of those cases means that we're attracting new buyers. And once someone buys something and they have that trust, if they receive the item and the item is good, they have more trust in the platform. It's more likely for them to come back. So does district offer money off for new buyers? So yes, they do. All of us have a coupon code. So I technically have a coupon code that I can share. David, the way you get it, and it has to be their first purchase off district in general, is you click the earn rewards. So mine is old. It's VBB5. I'll have them change that to VJA if I use this for the ads. You click earn rewards. If anyone wants to change this, message me. I believe district can change this for you. And as you guys can see, I have not been sharing it. So, so yeah, that would be part of the. I mean, here's my goal: is like, case A, case B, case C, case D, right? So like, case A might be with the coupon code. Case B might be a video with the coupon code. Case C might be a video without the coupon code, and just see like how different things convert, because you just don't know until you know, and then you figure out what works and then you go hard. So it's like you might have 5 different ads and you're doing like $100 each, and then you find the ad that works and you're like $500 just for that ad, and you find that it keeps working. So I'm sorry, Sarah, we had a tornado on Friday as well. Yeah, this is really weird right now. There's like tornadoes everywhere. We had a category 1 tornado and I was outside. But I'm still here. We didn't have any deaths, but it was definitely category 1. Okay. So we have 12 people. I think it's time to give away some Visa gift cards. I love giving away stuff. I wish I could do this as a giveaway on the app, but I have to do it with something called random.org. I'm going to walk you guys through how it's done. But the reason I use random.org is because, again, like, it's based on who hosted the live sale, not who enters the giveaway, who is winning the Visa gift card. So let me just take a step back. So for the month of May, I wanted to honor the fact that we were 1 year old and incentivize you guys to host as many live sales as possible. Hi, Clearwater Jewelry, welcome in. So that you would have more chances to win a Visa gift card. And I went with Visa because, hey, you can spend it anywhere. I'm going to send it to you over an email. I'm good, Clearwater. We're pulling some winners for our marvelous May live sale giveaway. So anyone who hosted a live sale between May 5th and today, which if you host a live sale after my founder's chat, I will try to remember to include you for the next round. Okay. But anyone who hosted between May 5th and today, they will be inputted into random.org as a number. So let me show you guys how this works. I know it's so amazing. So one, Bella's Treasure. So it does have the live sale name. I just removed the number. And you guys can see all of the sellers and their names. And so I'm inputting, I will show you guys in a second, 42 different numbers. So basically, it's not like one entry if you hosted a live sale. If you hosted 3 live sales, it'll be 3 entries, and so on and so forth. So what I'm doing is it is a sequence generator that's random. So I'm changing the largest value to 42. Okay. And the smallest value is 1. And what this will do is it will pull a number between 1 and 42 at random. And then, I'm so glad. Okay. And then whatever number that is will be the first winner. Now, the only thing that I did have to emphasize, and this is really just because I want as many of you guys as possible to win, is if you win, like, let's say you're the first winner, you can't win again. So if random.org pulls your name again, you won't get 2. We're just going to run it again for someone else. So that's the way that works. And let's see who wins. Are you guys ready? I want to see some emojis in the comments because some of you guys are about to win $25 for free, which I know is not life-changing money, but I still get excited. I have won a number of things randomly. And I'm always, if I win an umbrella, I'm excited. I'm like, oh, I won an umbrella. This is so exciting. David's excited. Jamie's excited. Amazing. Let's see. Clearwater. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Okay, cool. All right. I wish we had more people on, but I totally understand. I scheduled this tonight. Or I'm sorry, I scheduled this morning. Yes. Okay. Let's go. So get sequence. So 14 is, oh, you know what? That's what I'll do. I'm going to do 14, 18, 31, and 3. Okay, those are our winners. 14, 18, 31, and 3. Are you guys ready to see? Let's start with number 3. Melody Jones. Okay, let me highlight. Melody Jones is a winner. Oh my gosh. Okay, 14. And then Jamie, I knew you were going to win. Jamie, I knew you were going to win. Okay, let's see if there's any double winners. Okay, 18. Elsie, you won. Elsie. Elsie won. And last but not least, 31. I did not go, Okay, this is perfect because y'all are on this live, except for Melody. Y'all are on this line I can't talk, guys. I'm so excited. Gypsy Warrior also is our winner. No, Jamie, you won. Are you sure? Jamie, you won. Okay, Jamie is letting go of her $25 Visa gift card. Okay, Jamie, you just need to have another birthday so I can send it to you. Okay, that means number 6. Jamie, watch you be number 6 too. It's David. David, you won. David, you're number 6 because Jamie just let go of her wins. So number 6, yep, is the next number. It's David. I hope that this helps you get some like shipping supplies, something. You guys have been so awesome. All Kim on Facebook, they are all awesome sellers. I totally agree with you. More silver. Exactly. Like a gram, but yes, you're welcome. So how this works, guys, I have your emails because you're all subscribers. So that's easy. Is I go to a website, I buy it, and then it emails you the gift card. And then there's a way that you can redeem it online. So that's how that works. And yeah, that's it. And then guys, we have 2 more next week and 2 more the following week. And I will be going live so that we do it on a timely basis. If you won this round, I'm just not going to enter your names for the next round. So that's just so that we can spread the winnings. And then we're going to start to use the same amount of money, if not more, for ads, which will be more interesting. So even more interesting, although free money is always interesting. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, you all did. It's not easy hosting a live sales, is it? It's not easy. From the prep to the shipping to the motivation, and especially with a community that's building, which leads me, yes, can we thank the buyer? Yes, let's thank the buyers. Which, because I'm not selling, I don't know them the same way you guys do. So whenever you go live, if you want to, tag buyers and just say, hey, thank you so much, run giveaways for your buyers. You're not allowed to give away free things with purchase, but you can always throw it in there just, as an add-on. You just don't say it on the live sale, stuff like that. Okay. So speaking of how hard it is to be a live seller. So I was at Brimfield last week. So segue here. And congratulations again to our winners. I was at Brimfield last week and I wanted to go live again. The cell phone service was really bad. I think that you would have had more frustration trying to listen. I think you would have been able to maybe make out what I was showing you, but you wouldn't have been able to actually hear me. Because I did try to go live on Whatnot later and it was not working very well. Okay, so I want this to be as constructive as possible without me going into, oh, woe is me. It was a very difficult situation for a number of reasons. I will not go back as a seller the way that I sold this visit, if I ever go back as a seller at all. But I would gladly go back as a buyer. Selling at Brimfield is a strategy. And if anyone here ever does it or wants to do it, you really have to, from what I gathered, you really have to set up the night before your market opens or your field opens in order to capitalize on those bright and early shoppers. Now, there's one field that doesn't open until 9 a.m. and you're not allowed to sell until 9 a.m. and that's called Maze. But the other fields, it's fair game. And we thought that you weren't allowed to sell until the, clock struck 9 or whatever. But the other fields, it was really about setting up, and then vendors who are also buyers, as we all know, because as sellers, we're always buying from each other. They start to shop from you and you make a good amount of money from that. And then you get that rush of people, who come and shop from you. But the thing that I forgot, or I didn't even realize, is that you're competing with dozens of other vendors. Like, even if you're specializing in something, you're still competing with other people. And myself personally, I think that's why I like our subscriber situation, because you're not competing with as many people. You kind of are, but you're kind of not. And I know that with my in-person markets, I've done some with like 100 vendors, but most of my markets are 20 to 40, and it's always really manageable. But Brimfield is just hundreds of sellers. And so I made about half of what I usually make in a day across 3. The third day, which, mind you, we set up at 3 different places. So we had to set up one field one day, one field the second day. We actually just moved our inventory. We stayed at that field, but we moved up further. But we still set up again. So I was very tired. But the third day, it rained so hard. I'm about to post an Instagram reel all about it. Someone said it was the second heaviest rain in 25 years. One of the fields flooded. People's inventory was ruined. I mean, like lost. Jewelry, I think, would have been okay because, jewelry you can pack away quite easily. But it just poured and poured and poured. And so like the day was done. And that started at 2 p.m. or something like that. It would have made for great reality TV. So on top of that, and I think many of us here are probably in the same place, right? Like it was very physically grueling. So I was pretty cranky. I was like, I'm kind of over this. I'm really tired. And so it wasn't for me like the best of times. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. So I would have been the cranky character that everyone hated on the show. Like, why are you so cranky? Why are you so miserable? So it was very physically grueling. And then just due to sort of the partnership I had and just like her expectations, we didn't get to sleep until pretty late, and we woke up really early. So I slept maybe like 5-6 hours. I think the third night I slept 7, so I sort of caught up there, but I was very tired. So if anyone is ever interested in doing Brimfield, I mean, the Mays field is probably the best, but there's a lot of people. They have one spot, and it's on the street, or it's a regular spot or a regular field, and they go year after year after year, and they've built a following. So I think as a newbie, you just need to manage your expectations, because it's the veterans that show up, that have the following, that have just a space that they might always be at, or just a field that they might always be at. And people know where to find them. And so they do really well. As a newbie, you're not going to clear $10,000 doing Brimfield for a week. But the other thing to note is that the retail customers come on the weekend. So during the week is like the vendor wholesale customer. Now there are retail customers that come through, but it's, again, that retail customer that we want to sell at retail or close to retail, they show up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the problem is that a lot of the fields, they open up during the week. So you have to buy for the whole week. It's not like you can like piecemeal it. So people, they buy for the whole week and they just stay the whole week, and they'll have 3 days out of the 7 where they just do maybe a couple $100 and they wait for the weekend. So you kind of have to like stick it out versus show up for a day and like crush it, or show up for 3 days like I did and crush it. It just didn't equate to that. So if I could change things, guys, first I would set up the night before just to take advantage of more shoppers. And then second, I wouldn't have brought as much stuff. I brought too much, so it was like burdensome. And 3, I mean, overall, I would have preferred going as a buyer. I scored some great stuff. Also in the jewelry department, there's a lot of vendors that kind of like just throw their stuff everywhere, and you just got to sort through it. And then there's very curated vendors as well. There's dealers that show up and they just do wholesale, but navigating the fields to find those people, that's the other thing as a buyer, where it would be a lot more fun because you'd just be like, oh, I'm exploring, I'm seeing who's here. But if you really want something, you kind of have to eventually learn like where that seller is or who that seller is. And that just kind of comes down to like if you're following them on social media and you know that they're going to show up. Do I still think that there's value to Brimfield as a seller? Absolutely, because you can network if you're not cranky like me and like tired. You can network and meet some really good people and maybe get some sort of new connection. And that's always positive. And especially in this industry where we don't meet a lot of people like us in person, that can be really beneficial. I also think that Brimfield in general is really pretty. It was a very pretty landscape. So I enjoyed being in Massachusetts. The drive was pretty bad. Again, as a buyer, I think I would fly. I would fly from Baltimore to Boston because it was almost an 8-hour drive on Friday because of the traffic around New York City. So that's my Brimfield experience. Again, I didn't want to be like so negative about it. It was a big learning experience, and I do now have a deeper appreciation. Well, I have a deeper appreciation for where I'm selling in person, but also for live sales in general. Because guys, we don't have to go through the rain and the mud. And I got so sunburned. I don't know if you guys can see that line. I put sunscreen on, but I didn't make it here. And I don't know. It was just a crazy first day. And so it looks like a 2nd-degree burn. I'm like scaling. But back to the point of live selling, there's going to be hard live sales where we don't sell as much as we want. But at least we're not driving 8 hours, physically going through it, setting up, getting sunburned, and then having the same experience. Like the beautiful thing about a live sale is that it's like an on to the next one. Like some are great, some are mediocre. On to the next one, on to the next one. The only thing you're really losing is time, right? You're not like losing so much energy. You're not losing extra money for the most part. And it's pretty easy to sleep off a rough sale because you can kind of, sleep it off, wake up the next morning, and you're like back on it. So yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, seriously. Anyway, but that was my Brimfield experience. I still think that there's some sort of value in having a meetup in 2026. I told Jamie this morning. I might as well tell you guys. I'm trying to get pregnant. I'm trying to start a family with my husband. Keyword trying. We don't know. So I'm not planning anything for that reason. I'm not planning like anything big in person, like that. But I don't think it's impossible to plan that a few months out. And what it would look like is like sharing a booth to sell jewelry, and whoever wants to come can come. And I do believe that there would be enough money made that it would at least cover part of the trip. And that's kind of what Jamie and I had talked about briefly, like a few weeks ago, where it was like, well, if there's ever an in-person meetup, how do we organize something where people can actually like cover their fees, because travel is expensive, hotels are expensive, time, it's like, oh, okay, let's like have a selling event. And then it was like, well, do we want to sell to each other? Like, but maybe, but then all the Brimfield attendees as well. And you can split a booth. That's totally allowed. So I definitely think that that's something that I'm going to, again, who knows what the future holds. But I do believe that could be a really great value for all of us, especially as we grow. Especially if that's something that can be promoted, if there's other people that know about Vintage Jewelry Addicts by then, and like it can be like a fun like meet the seller. I don't know. I mean, it's a big vision, and we're just going to kind of nurture it for now. So I love that you guys are into it. Yes. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Yeah. Yeah. We're trying. We're trying. It's like when you try, it doesn't happen. It's just, but it's okay. Timing is everything. And, we have to stress the timing. So, okay. So that's that. I wanted to talk about a few more things. We have a cross marketplace train with Mr. Eccentric that is scheduled for next Tuesday. So that is Tuesday, the 27th. And I texted Gio today, who's Mr. Eccentric, and I was like, we need to talk about this train. I believe we will go live tomorrow with the sign up. I know it's 1 week in advance, so many of you might be like, okay, we don't really have time for this. But, and Debbie, I'm going to announce sign up for your train momentarily. So anyway, it might be a little bit too soon, but it's going to be a really fun train theme. I'm not going to disclose it. It's an easy theme. So I'm just going to say it's not as hard as Under the Sea. There's no competition. There's no, it's a lot easier. So we hope that you guys can jump on. Gio and I have a great working relationship. I'm really grateful. Hi, Aaron. I'm really grateful that he's still interested in working with us. So just know that is coming, and just make a mental note for Tuesday, the 27th. That will be the train day. Yes, no dingle hoppers. We're giving you guys a break from the dingle hoppers. This train theme, it's anything that you want to sell. So I'll just say that it's anything you want to sell, but you're going to sell it in a particular way. So I'm just going to tease it that way. Okay. So Debbie, okay. So we have 15 people on, so this is perfect. Okay. So I am so grateful to Debbie. She is launching a train on Tuesday, June 3rd from 3 to 10 p.m. And it's a very special theme. Okay, guys. It is the Victorian Art Deco Raid Train. Debbie, reminds me if we're also allowing Art Deco inspired and Victorian inspired, or does it have to be authentic? I can't remember. But the sign up was just dropped. It just dropped. Thank you, Diana, for that. And we have our train leaders who signed up for the last spots, but we have plenty of spots available. Okay, here we go. Authentic Victorian Art Deco or revival. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, yes. Allowed. Yes, amazing. Because those pieces are still so great. Yeah, and I can tell this is Diana. Please note fast fashion from you know where. It's great. Okay, cool. This is awesome. So all you guys have to do is head over to the live seller train discussion. I will also drop this in an announcement, but that is for Tuesday, June 3rd. So that is approximately 2 weeks away. And depending on how that does, that can be something that happens monthly, every other month, because who doesn't love Art Deco and Victorian, especially if you have the real shit, right? The real stuff. Speaking of, at Brimfield, my friend had some Victorian clothing pieces, which she sold, which was awesome. Those are so hard to find nowadays. I have one Edwardian walking skirt in my collection, and I think I'm going to see if I can dry clean it and make it into a skirt for me and actually wear it. So that would be like 110-year-old item. It's not big enough for my waist. I would have to add something to the back, add a expandable strap or something. So anyway, Victorian Art Deco. So for those of us that aren't aware, so there were different eras that did the eras. It also happened in fashion a lot. So there was a Victorian, it's a revival, but also inspo in the 80s. I believe that was the main era. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe the 40s as well. Maybe 40s did Victorian. And then 60s was a big Art Deco revival. I want to say 80s as well. 80s, I think, because 80s did 20s a lot. So I think 80s there was also an Art Deco. I'm not sure what the 90s and Y2K Revive, if you are good with your Victorian Art Deco authentication, you'll be able to like pull a piece and say, well, this is Revival because. So all you have to do is really speak to that on the live. We're not going to slap your hand and be like, well, that's not right, because that's just not what we do here. But if you have any questions, ask Diana, ask Debbie. I know that they would love to help. And the more that we can educate our buyers, the more that they appreciate buying from us. So, Goth in the 90s was Victorian-esque because movies like The Craft and that whole scene was big. Okay, slots are 30 minutes. If you want a 1 hour, sign up for double. Perfect. Yeah, in the 90s, those like choker necklaces with that big black flower, that's kind of Victorian Revival, right? Those like those mesh choker necklaces. Awesome. Thank you, Elsie. She wrote, not necessarily authentic if you don't have it, but if you do have Revival or Inspired, it's okay. I'm trying to think if I have anything that's, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I don't have much jewelry here. I don't think I have anything. Well, I guess my wedding ring is kind of Art Deco. Kind of. So anyway, long story short, I'm excited about this train. So back to train ideas. All you guys have to do if you want to host a train is just make that sign-up sheet, put it in the chat. Feel free to let me know so that I know like what's happening, or let Jamie know. We will do our best to help you guys promote it. I know that my AI flyer skills are not great. Diana is excellent. And I'm not sure who made this one, but it looks like it's AI. This is all we really need. Flyers do not need to be perfect. You can tell AI, make this and this and this and this, call it a day. And then the only thing that's complicated is obviously if some sellers cancel, right? If sellers cancel on the train that you organized, do your best to, combine the slots, tell someone who's at 5 because someone canceled at 4, if they want to start at 4, so on and so forth, like shift people around. But it's not on you as well. If people cancel, they cancel. But if you do sign up for a train, just know if you cancel that, it does impact others. So we obviously don't want people just signing up for trains willy-nilly and then doing a no-show. Obviously that's not ideal. So, you did use AI. Good job, Debbie. Good job. Yeah, I feel like whenever I do it and I tell it to write text, it misspells everything. Have you guys noticed that? Like, I'm like, write Sterling Silver Train, and they'll like mix up the letters or something. I'm not quite sure why. I'm like, that's the most simple thing. I wrote it out in the text box. Couldn't you? But that's just me. Okay, so that was the next thing to talk about. The last thing I want to talk about, I think this was it. Hold on, let me see what I wrote for the title of this, because next cross marketplace train. Oh, I can't see the other talking points I wrote. So I may have missed something. But the other thing I wanted to say, so as we grow, some people are going to forget things, right? So we had a seller who went live last night. Bless her heart. I feel like I scared her off, but she went live during one of our subscriber sales last night. So, I jumped on, was like, hey, you can't, sell on the weekend. So I'm going to do another refresher. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. Okay, another refresher of just general rules. They're easy rules. But if someone makes a mistake, we always want to give you guys grace. If you go live during a subscriber weekend and you're not a subscriber, because basically, even if you are a subscriber, you have to sign up for certain slots. But anyway, we'll just let you know. But if anyone here is tuning in, just a reminder that the weekends are for subscribers. All you have to do is sign up. $10 a month. You can sell at 11:30 p.m. EST, which is 8:30 PST. There can be 5 of you selling at once if you want, but all of our slots before then, even during the day, are signups. So we just want to make sure that we are clear about that. I can see that that could be problematic if we had a lot of active sellers. We don't at this time. I feel like most people who are active they're pretty consistent. They're not like fly by night sellers, but if you guys ever encounter that, feel free to just let someone know gently. Again, it's okay. It happens. And this leads me to the next thing. I'm going to announce this also so that as many people as possible can sign up. But we are doing our next new seller onboarding webinar on Thursday. We had our first one last month. It was a great success. It helps educate our new sellers, helps make things super clear, helps them understand step by step what to do. It's great. It's 1 hour. It's a power hour. So that is on Thursday night. I believe I have it scheduled for 7 p.m. I can't remember top of mind. It may be 8. It's either 7 or 8. I think it's 8 because it's 8 in my calendar. So it's a Zoom. There's a sign up. You get the link, all the things. So if you are here tuning in and you're a new seller, even if you've hosted a live sale with us before and you just want to tune in just to hear what I have to say, you're welcome. If you have questions, we had a couple of questions last month. So if you have questions, you can ask then. And I think it's a really helpful onboarding because if you guys do onboarding with District to learn how to go live, you don't get information about Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So I'm sorry, guys. I've been talking too much. Hold on. I had a tickle in my throat. Anyway, you don't get information about all of the marketplaces. So if you can't attend, still sign up because you'll get the replay link. So if you can't be there, I will still host, even if there's one person, and I will send the replay. So that again is Thursday, May 22nd. I believe it's at 8 p.m. There's a sign up. Look for the sign up. And if you guys are a new seller and you want to debut with our new seller spotlight, that will kick off again in June, the second Thursday of the month. It was Wednesday and Thursday, but we're sticking to Thursday. So I will also announce that on the new seller onboarding, but also just note that that is coming up and Jamie will be inviting you guys to join. So I think that's everything. Pretty sure that's everything. Yeah, we don't have a train this week. Mr. Eccentric is next week. The Victorian and Art Deco is in June. Now we just need to schedule more trains. More trains. But you guys are awesome. I miss connecting with you. It was so busy last week that I just could not even go live on Friday during my normal founders chat. I thought to pull over at a rest stop and go live, but that drive from Massachusetts, and I just didn't want to delay it by any amount of time. I left at 5:30 in the morning and it still took me, I think I pulled up at 11:45 to my house and I think I left at 5:15 in the morning. So I've missed talking to you guys when I'm traveling. It has definitely created some curveballs. So thank you guys for your patience. And without further ado, I will see you guys on Friday for sure. So we will do another founders chat. And I hope that you guys have a fruitful week. To our Visa gift card winners, I will send that to you over email. And I hope that, again, that you guys are feeling good, feeling strong, feeling grateful. This is a day you will not get back. Every day is a special one. And here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we are so grateful that we get to buy, sell, and collect with each other. Because you got to collect it all, right? I think that should be our new tagline. Just take it from Pokemon. Vintage Jewelry Addicts, collect it all. That might have to be our new tagline. Yeah. JP, welcome in. I'm about to hop off. I'm about to go to sleep. My eyes are like, ugh. Okay, guys, thank you so much. I don't think that there's anyone live for me to raid, or I would raid them. So no, thank you, David. Here's to Q3. That's the corporate in me. Q3, let's go. And I will see you guys on Friday, okay? Have a great week. Okay, good night. Oh, Jamie, are you live? Are you live? Because I didn't see you go live. Hold on, let me see if Jamie's live. I might wait. Okay, she's live. She's live. Never mind, we're rating Jamie. She usually goes live, but I didn't see her. Okay, here we go.